Love, verb, to have a profoundly tender, passionate affection for another person. During almost every Tuesday chat with Mitch, Maury talks about love. Love for family, love for life, love for people in general. Love people so much that you forget how to accept substitutes. Love people so much that you forgive them. Love people so much that you don't know how to hate. Maury's philosophy of loving others interlaced every lesson he taught Mitch and every encounter he had with other people. From Maury's perspective, the only way to find purpose and fulfillment in life is to love others. We've all seen that movie. You know, the movie about the dad who completely ignores his kids until they go on a family vacation or something sad happens or, well, you get the point. This whole argument that love is more important than money has become incredibly cliche. Who wants to hear another lecture about how all we need is love? That sounds kind of dumb because money and materials are pretty important to, live. However, I think Maury's point is not that money is bad, but that money does not equal love. He says that he sees people so hungry for love that they are accepting substitutes. Love is something that no amount of Instagram followers or attention from a coach or academic success can give you. Real love, the love that Maury talks about so much, is unconditional. When he talks about money, I believe that Maury is just using money as a symbol for all the other things that can satisfy our human minds for a short time, until we're looking again for acceptance, joy, and love. In a satirical piece for Chicago Now, the article states that the 10 substitutes for love include lots of money, seeing somebody fall down the stairs, and more money. While the piece is clearly satirical, it points out the silly things that we as humans try to satisfy ourselves with. Especially in the age of instant knowledge and social media, we think that we can feel love without the actual human connection, and therefore find ourselves with years wasted pursuing things that always leave us empty. But where do we find love? Well, Maury believes that love is found in family. Love can be found in friends as well, but family is someone who will never leave, according to Maury. When Maury talks about family, he quotes his favorite poet Auden in saying, "Love each other or perish." Well, that's extreme. However, the more I thought about it, the more I found it to be true. How many times would I have metaphorically died without my parents? Like when I would forget my homework at home, or there was drama I didn't know how to handle, or I forgot about a project and they stayed up all night helping me finish. And what about all the ways that they have kept me from actually dying? Like feeding me, or providing me shelter, or teaching me how to drive without wrecking. And obviously, Maury wasn't even talking about this surface level of my parents loving me or me dying. He was talking about the emotions that could spiritually deteriorate a person if they didn't have family. Grief, depression, fear, loneliness. Family can help carry the burden and provide support. Everyone can't have the perfect family, but most people can find at least one family member who will sustain them through hard times. On top of Maury's lovey-dovey view on families, statistics also back up the fact that family dynamics have a very high impact on what children grow up to be like. Since 2010, the number of families with a single mother have steadily been over 15 million households in the U.S. This lack of a father figure in a child's life is detrimental. Since this astronomical apply to fathers, statistics show that 63% of youth suicides come from fatherless homes. 71% of national dropouts are from fatherless homes. 85% of youth in prison are a product of fatherless homes. I'm not saying that fathers are needed for a child to be successful at all. I'm just showing the effect that family dynamics can have on an entire nation. Aside from knowing where to find love, when someone finds love, they find that it can be an overpowering emotion. I mean, we've all seen at least one movie with a passionate kiss in the rain, or that really sad goodbye. And Maury talks a lot about this emotional side of love, how we should let this feeling of love overcome us. And I agree with Maury when he says that sometimes we feel a surge of love for a partner, but we don't say anything because we're frozen in fear of what those words might do to the relationship. Yes, it is important to tell someone you love them when you feel it, because you don't know how long you have with that person. However, it is also important to realize that love is not solely an emotion. If love wasn't just an emotion, then I probably wouldn't have a lot of good relationships. Carla McLaren, a social science researcher, says that love is a steadfast promise. Love does not increase or decrease in response to its environment. McLaren is agnostic, so her view of love is not dependent on religion. Our society has made love subject to our emotions, a byproduct of the give-up culture and the everyone's a winner mindset that permeates everything. No, some things are worth not giving up on, and some things have to be worked for. Loving someone, no matter in what way, does not mean that there will be an absence of adversity. Rather, adversity makes love stronger. Real love is not dependent on the environment. Who would want a love like that? Love is an underlying message in everything Maury taught and the way he lived his life. I just brushed the surface of how Maury incorporated love into his lessons, and how his opinions on love can be backed up with evidence. Love is a powerful force that cannot be replaced. It can be found in family, no matter what family looks like. Most importantly of all, love is an action, not an emotion. Love like this, love that's an action, does not have to be romantic or forced. Love that is an action is the only way for life to be truly fulfilling and meaningful.